still. Like, that's why Navi were able to punish Elite Wolves being very over-aggressive. Can both of these teams punish maybe them, as we talked about, they both love playing very aggressive. Can they each punish each other now? So we'll have to find out.
Well, I got to talk to Scandal a bit a while back, right after they formed, after they won a few matches. And he said, well, we're still trying to figure out our team and who's talking while in game and what's happening. Afterlife is doing the drafting. But while in game, the in-game communication is fairly loose still. They're still figuring out their way, which, to be honest, at ESL Manila, it looked like they kind of found their way.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, that was on the Dream League panel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then, yeah, during Manila, I think it seemed like they had figured out a lot of things. I mean, the way they were playing against Secret and just the way they were playing in general, yeah, they were playing some really good Dota, and it looked like they really knew what they were doing. They pulled off some strategies with, I think it was Darkseer and then Nyx, and like heroes that just you need very crisp execution, and they actually had that, because if you don't actually use those spells that you have, because you have very few AoE spells, then you just have nothing, and they managed to pull it off there.
Now, as you can see right there, we are in the draft, so we can take a look at what the teams have in store for each other. Well, we continue to talk about also Team Spirit, because Team Spirit has Goblak. And Goblak has been renowned as like, oh, it's the drafter. It's like he's the one that figures out the new patches first. I say that, and I do realize that he does pick a lot of the same heroes at the start of each patch. We see a lot of Tree, and we see a lot of Abaddon.
Give me Tree Phoenix. Tree Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Old combo.
So what's going to happen in this match, I think? Are we going to see something entirely new from him? Are we going to
10 seconds remaining.
Used to go for?
I think Enchantress is going to be, we already saw there, the Enchantress is one of the highly contested heroes between these two teams. Both those two teams like running the Enchantress. I also think potentially Beastmaster and Batrider will be some heroes that they will look to go for.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay. Both Beastmaster and Batrider, they're banned out, so.
Oh yeah.
And also the Furion. And then we see the Lich that we still haven't seen Lich yet. I guess
can you give us some insight on why Lich has been banned out all the time right now?
I mean, just with the patch, what happened, right? The range creep now gives, was it 90 of the experience?
Yeah, 90.
Yeah, so it's like a very large portion of the creep's experience, goes on that range creep, and then if you have a Lich who just goes to a mid lane, for example, and then he just denies.
First pick Lifestealer?
See, me and Pikehead had an argument yesterday. We were like, he thought Legion Commander was going to be the thing of this patch, and I thought Lifestealer was going to be the thing of this patch. We were like, which is going to be the best melee carrier? We also tossed around Slark as well.
Yeah, Slark
to be very good.
And then potentially Timber as well as...
Timber is very good counters against
Dragonite might be a hero. We're going to see if he comes into play or not.
A first pick? Are we expecting to see him banned otherwise?
Which hero? Lifestealer?
Lifestealer. Lifestealer Axe. Okay. Thank you, Goblak. I'm really thankful for...
You had to pick up Axe there, else I would have just saw them picking up it for themselves. Like, Axe against Lifestealer is just, I think, a no-brainer, especially if you get that Dazzle we saw.
Yeah.
I'm not really convinced, though, about the early Nakes picks. I still feel like there's so many counters to Nakes still. Yeah, there's like the Venge. Yeah, we see them picking up the Doom here as one counter. There's the Venge. There are heroes like even like if you can kite him a bit. Timbersaw is very good
and
against
Enchantress
both
is
those. Yeah, Enchantress is pretty good. I mean, the raids you can still attack the Enchantress through the passive, but heroes like Timbersaw, he can kite the Nakes, and then eventually with that Whirling Death and all of his pure damage, he can deal a lot of damage to both Nakes and Axe. And there are just a lot of heroes that are really good at dealing with Nakes. So I feel like picking it up that early is kind of scary unless they have some sort of plan with it. I mean, we see the Axe it's kind of a good pairing with the Nakes, because you jump in and you get the call on one or two heroes, and then the Nakes can actually just kill those heroes.
So they need to take out, I think, a more initiation still. They need to take out probably Puck and Queen of Pain now, maybe for the side of Empire, because I think there'll still be another range pairing for the mid lane with Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Because Lifestealer will get level 6 really fast, and so will your mid. But Axe might be shut down, might be forced into the jungle. He also needs to get the Blink Dagger so he can initiate. So you need to get in there quickly. Wisp is a very good hero against Doom. You just relocate somebody away.
To the phone,
Dire team back.
So they need to think about that. But yeah, the mid laners, you have to take them out. Did we talk about Doom too much against the Lifestealer? I think it's a good counter. Just
Yeah, I think
overall.
so
It's-
too. Doom is very good. I mean, the later portion of the game, Nakes, you don't want to
10
buy.
seconds
You don't want to
remaining.
buy
Buy a
the
Lincolns
Lincolns
or-
on that
yeah,
hero.
that's
Yeah, you really
not
don't.
fun.
And then you just have that one Doom. Yeah, you can have 15,000 net worth on
Empires turn to
Lifestealer, and
ban.
then you get Doom, then you can't use that much
Yeah.
of those 15k.
What do you
or
make of the
whatever it
Morphling
is.
ban?
I don't know if
This
these
is a-
teams have played against
It's
each
very
other.
good against Axe and Lifestealer though, because you can't actually kill him. Like if you even if you get Abyssal Blade, you
10
can still
seconds
turn on
remaining.
your Strength Morph, and then can you? Alright, I'm not gonna ask that. I'm not gonna
5
put you on the
seconds
spot there because can you Axe call
He's
then
gonna still
Strength
put
Morph
you
at
on
the same
the
time?
spot.
If you're
Reserve
called,
time.
then you can strength.
Strength Morph?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
you
Because I
can.
know in Legion Commander's duel you cannot
Yeah, you can't.
morph, but
But in X
for
duel,
X,
yeah,
I
sure.
think you should be able to.
An X call, yeah.
Dire
Are we gonna see
team
Legion
I
Maybe not in
hope
this
so.
match.
Honestly.
I think it could work.
in this match still as well, or is that too early, or too
I
late?
don't know. I don't really
I'm
think
not
we're
a
gonna see it.
He's a fan of Legion versus Lifestealer. I'm not really,
Yeah.
because of the lifesteal, and then
10 seconds
and if you get Rage
remaining.
off at the same time, I think it's going to be enough to where you're not going to get anything done.
But if you have a
5
blade mail, it
seconds
doesn't actually
remaining.
matter anymore, though.
Yeah, but you have the lifesteal to counter it out, and then Lifestealer goes for
Reserve time.
AC, so that extra additional armor helps him out a lot when you're going against these duels.
Which opening do you like most at the moment, by the way? Because you do have them in Pashka Enchantress. And we all know that's a very strong one.
I would prefer the Enchantress Doom opening. I feel like it's way more open. They can. Ideally, you don't really want to have both Enchantress and Doom as supports because that's kind of wonky. But I just think that it gives you a lot of options. Like this, Nakes and Axe, it's very. It's kind of. It shows a lot of your hand. It kind of shows what you want to do. Whereas Enchantress and Doom, you can still go many ways with it. You can still build your lineup around.
Yeah.
You know, either of those heroes or neither, and you know,
Team Empires
it's
turn to
in my
pick.
opinion the preferred opening.
I actually like the other side. I really love Axe this patch. I don't think you can go wrong with the hero anymore with that pure damage change. And I think you can just retreat to the jungle even if you get shut down in the
10
off lane. So
seconds
you're always going to
remaining.
have this mechanic. And then just the initiation. We saw it last
5
game. I'm just
seconds
very impressed
remaining.
how you can initiate very effectively against Axe. And there's just no counters right now. Besides,
Reserve time.
I guess Wyvern could be a very good counter. Dazzle. is
Yeah,
talked about, but
Wyvern,
even,
Dazzle,
like,
I think Venge, and as well Shadow Demon. Like there
yeah,
are
you
a few
know,
heroes.
Knight need Venge.
Is a Beastmaster not like? I mean, I know it's banned out right now, but is it not countering Axe a little bit as well? I mean, obviously
Dire
positioning then is
team
very
Yeah,
key.
to some extent, yeah, because of also the Necronomicon that you build on Beastmaster, you remove all the mana from X, and without mana, he just doesn't work. If you don't have any mana on that hero, sure you have the spin, but you want to be able to get that ult off so you can continuously keep
10
calling people and
seconds
ulting
remaining.
people.
So the Oracle pickup, it could
5
dissuade like
seconds
Bat Riders
remaining.
and Beastmasters, but those were already banned out. So what it's going to do when they picked it up right now is just kind of like
Reserve
maybe
time.
keep somebody alive with the Doom. Maybe you put that false promise on them. You can also, put that Faith Edict. Maybe try to heal
10
them up through the
seconds
Doom.
remaining.
How good is Oracle against Enchantress?
It's decent as long as
5
it's not the
seconds
best, right?
remaining.
It's no CM. You can't get rid of the creep.
Team
still.
Empires
I really
turn
like
to
this
pick.
lineup. I don't know why. Mostly it's because I
Oh,
see heroes that I
baby,
normally
Deuce,
don't see them. Ah,
And I like this too. This is like, you see, now against this X, people are gonna start thinking, okay, what heroes can we actually run against this hero? Because running heroes like Gyrocopter, or just any melee carry or any like
Team
short range
Empires
carry that
turn
just
to
goes
ban.
for these BKBs, then you're gonna protect yourself against the blame. It's not gonna work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanna have heroes like Medusa with a lot of HP, a
Yeah.
lot of this mana, so you can tank actually through X's call. The Lone Druid we saw from Navi, Bonefletch was banned out. Potentially I could see
10
Viper being picked
seconds
up,
remaining.
Morphling. Just heroes that can actually survive through the X's jump.
5 seconds remaining.
So you
Kunkka?
think, I have a lot to say about this right now, but do you think Kunkka is a support or a
Reserve
mid
time.
right now? Because it is against a Magnus, or I think Magnus still has to go mid here for Scandal.
I feel like if it's a support Kunkka, that lineup is so greedy. But then again,
I mean,
have no
so
idea
is
what.
the lineup
Yeah.
from Empire, right? Because they've got potentially an
Team
Enchantress and Doom
Empires
roaming around.
turn
It's
to
sort
pick.
of greedy, but at the same time, those heroes can actually do a lot early game. Like both Doom and Enchantress, they can make a lot happen early on. Magnus also one of those playmakers, and the Dusa, was being somewhat greedy, it's like a self-sustaining safe
Yeah.
laner. She's gonna be
10
fine on her own
seconds remaining.
wherever she goes, sort of. So the other heroes are free to do kind of what they want.
Rubik was
5
the last ban
seconds
out.
remaining.
So they are expecting Empire to still go
Because
for a
support.
support, to have Doom or
Reserve
Enchantress as the offlane. Which one would you prefer? I think Doom offlane would then be the
Oh,
case.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure, for sure.
I mean, Enchantress just can roam anywhere and help out people. If it's a Kunkka mid, then I can see, you know, one skewer here, there's shockwaves getting him very low, and then it could be a kill. I think Dusa was buffed a little bit during this patch. It's like 35% amplification of damage to 50%. So that's a very big deal, especially when we talk about it. Like, the counter to these melee heroes is Dusa. And with this game right now, they don't have any ways to take towers fast for Team Spirit. So this could be a very long game. And Dusa should be able to thrive, having that extra empower, and now you even have a really good high ground
10
defense
seconds remaining.
added on top of that with Winter Wyvern. And
5 seconds.
What's the key
remaining.
factor
It's
to
also-
success for Empire in this one?
I think Empire have a pretty straightforward game plan, to be honest. They just have their lanes kind of set up, and I think it's just they just play normal. Enchantress gonna rotate around a bit. They're gonna get levels on their Doom, the Magnus. They're gonna play this kind of 4 protect 1-ish kind of style around the Dusa. Although both the Doom and the Enchantress support can scale, whereas I feel like Team Spirit are gonna have a much harder time because they don't have any heroes who can siege the base without getting, like, they can't siege against the
Yeah.
Wyvern ult.
Lifestealer Aegis.
Yeah, he needs an
Steven.
Aegis. Maybe
You have
with
to
Shadow
win a
Demon
fight before you
Illusions.
can push.
They need to
basically.
win a fight, yeah. And then they have the Magnus that can jump if they're gonna go high ground. So it's just gonna be really difficult.
So who's going to take it?
I'm gonna put my money on Empire.
I really love their draft too, but I'm actually going to go for Empire side, and I think that
10
Axe is going to find all the
seconds remaining.
initiations, and then this Kunkka is going to be the X factor for me.
So Team Spirit.
5
then.
It's
seconds
Team Spirit for me,
remaining.
I'll say that.
Okay, we have a nice split panel here. We're going to find out what our commentators have to say about this match. It's a best of one, Empire versus Team Spirit with OD Pixel and Drastel.
Not me.
Yeah.
It's actually...
We're here.
Oh, hello! Hey! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to get ourselves into this game. We're already talking about this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. I think you guys at home are pretty excited. I mean, Andy, we're seeing a lot of new heroes. We're seeing... I'm most excited to see how the Kunkka pans out. And then you've got stuff like... Followed through from the Lifestealer opening pick from the side of Team Spirit.
But it was an opening pick, but it was in response to an Enchantress.
Ah, that's true.
So, it's still a little bit crazy, but he did receive a fairly sizable strength gain buff.
Yeah.
So, not too unhappy to see the hero. I do think that they hit it pretty well on the panel, though, as Medusa is really strong against the melee heroes. They have a Doom as well. Like, I don't know about Team Spirit, but if I'm on their team right now, I'm feeling I don't really want to go late game against what Empire has. They have... Obviously, BKB piercing damage with the Enchantress, even though Impetus got nerfed, we saw in the last game where Navi were playing. Hello again.
Hello. We're much more interesting than
that
the game.
Really good, right? Even with the damage nerfs.
Yes. Yeah, it still works out.
And then you're going to have a core doomed a lot of the fights. Very, very spooky stuff. But also interested to see how Team Spirit end up laning this. We were talking about the potential of having the Disruption plus Axe, which is really kind of...
I mean, they've got so much set up with this lineup.
Yeah, it seems
That's
strong.
The thing. And a lot to catch. Oh, we're going to see it all kick off here. Go Black throwing out Disruption. Illidan ready to front line. Looking for the open wounds. Popping on the Poshka. Fortune's in coming as well. Being bursted low. They'll get it. First blood there for the side of Team Spirit. Now they're going to look for more. Eyes onto Scandal. Scandal. Can he get himself out? He's going to skewer Iceberg there. In range of the townhouse. Kunkka taking the tower punches. He's going to be fine though because the rest of Team Spirit are there to back him off. But a bit of a kerfuffle there. It's going to be the side of Team Spirit coming out on top though. And they do get themselves first blood. With, I guess, this slightly superior team fight lineup. And when you consider their heroes, I guess you see why.
Yeah, the early game, they have great setups. Like Oracle can set up for the Kunkka Torrent, and so can the Shadow Demon. So it looks like for a little while at least, they're going to be having the Shadow Demon to sit mid. I don't know if this is 100% necessary. Mag versus Kunkka is not a matchup that we often see, but I'm fairly sure both heroes just farm anyway. I don't know what the purpose of having the Shadow Demon here really is, especially considering Goblak just tanked the whole creep wave and a couple of tower shots for no real reason, but either way.
Well, looking at the other lanes as well, this bottom lane, so Funnick obviously on his off-lane Axe. A bit of an ode to the past here. I mean, how do you expect Funnick to do against the Wyvern and the Medusa? Should he be able to find a decent amount?
Not well.
No.
I don't think he does well in this lane. The thing about Arctic Burn is it always does pretty much a flat amount of damage, and Axe doesn't really have a counterplay. And since he doesn't have a support, he also cannot creep cut because it's dual range.
Yes.
So maybe if it was like a melee farming core, he might be able to play it a little bit more aggressive. But I do feel with a double mango build and, you know, starting with a little bit of regen, it's not like he's going to die or anything, because this lane has fairly low kill potential unless he makes a mistake. But I also don't feel like he's going to get a ton of farm either. He might get some EXP, but CS is going to be hard to come by.
Top lane, Illidan, really going in onto Afterlife. I mean, talking about Afterlife, I guess this lane for Afterlife should be a little bit easier than for X. I mean, he's already got the Unholy Aura from the creep. He's got a point of Scorch Stuff as well. So, I mean, Illidan on his own, Afterlife's not going to be dying here.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, there's no way a Lifestealer can just straight up chase you down as a Doom player, especially when you get that Wind Blaze, man. Look at that movement speed. He's so fast. But 6 health regen with the Satyr, still kind of OP on top of that. Can just buy, like, almost. Not like it matters, even if he would have went up there, but...
Yeah, and Oracle was still able to nab the runes, so it's going to be a...
tricky business.
A little bit annoyed there, a little bit peeved, the Magnus. And top bottom lane, King R and Funnick eyeing it up with each other. Funnick, he's going to hold off.
I would really
moment,
like to see Gobelak go bottom or stack the jungle or something. I actually don't know why he's mid. Like, you're not killing Scandal. Scandal's in tower range. Why is the Shadow Demon mid?
Yeah, and I mentioned it sort of Scandal's actually winning in terms of CS.
Yeah, it actually doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the point of this is. I feel like he would be better served just helping the Axe. Because if he's down there, at least the Enchantress gank is going to be harder to execute, or, you know, I don't know. Shadow Demon's a tricky hero because you either need a hero who can set up with him, which is kind of what Iceberg is supposed to be, and that's great, but the problem is it's only one disable, so he can just skewer away, even if he gets put into the torrent, because Mag has a fairly large amount of health and decent strength gain, so you're not, like, bursting him.
Mid, setting up here. Another torrent. He's only just going to connect right on the tip, Scandal. He's got a skewer, though, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
Just trying to go into a bit of harassment. Poshka was there as well, just in case Team Spirit wanted to try and commit any deeper.
I mean, they push him back, but you can kind of see what I was saying. They can't kill him unless he's already below a certain amount of health. I don't know, it's a little bit strange. Obviously, once the Kunkka hits 6, then yeah, they can definitely kill, because Ghost Ship does a ton of damage. Even at level 1, it's 400 damage. It's pretty much like a Queen ulti, if you want to think of it that way, because Queen ulti is like 290 pure, and obviously Ghost Ship is 400 magic, but you reduce that by 25%, and you pretty much get the same amount of damage, so... very strong level 6 spell.
On this offlane, looking back at Funnick, he's 9 for 1. He's still getting he is getting a decent amount of XP. I mean, he's level 4. He's actually higher than the Doom in CS. So Funnick, considering the fact that we did think he would have a harder lane in terms of heroes he's dealing with, he's actually not doing too bad for himself.
Yeah, it's a good sign for Spirit, because the earlier he gets a blink, the more reliable teamfight they're going to have, because he's really the only hero who can initiate, and plus the Lifestealer combo with the Blink Dagger is going to be huge. And then, of course, later on we could see things like Blade Mail and whatnot, which are going to be some help too. But in all honesty, I don't know if he goes Blade Mail directly after Blink this game, because the right-click damage the Empire deal isn't super scary until quite a bit later. He might opt for something else. Wow, he's dead almost.
Oh, he's almost. 20 HP. Ooh. They should find him nonetheless.
That Mystic Snake.
I mean, that's the thing. If that catches you on the tip, the final bounce, and an artsy, that's a lot of burst.
Yeah, it's 35% increased damage per bounce.
Do the maths, Andy.
Well, I don't know. It was.
How many
I
jumps
think he hit
5?
like 3 creeps before it hit him, so it does 100 and what, 5% more damage?
100. Oh yeah, let's not do the maths.
It hurts.
But yeah, as we saw there, it's.
I thought he was just going to die to the Splinter Blast, but good kill nonetheless. Was not expecting Funnick to die there.
He's got his Tranquils done at least, so we should see him not be caught out of a position where well, it wasn't even that low, to be fair. He's just got to be careful with getting hit by both the bursts. Top lane, trying to go in a little bit onto Afterlife. They'll hold themselves off there, as he is going to survive for it. As we talked earlier, this man just incredibly tanky here with this regen. I mean, it's, once he pops the Scorch stuff, he's got 27 flat regen, including that Unholy Aura.
Pretty decent. Yeah. Not bad. And the nice thing about having Doom on your team is the fact that even if you don't have a tremendous amount of net worth, you can still just delete a core from a team fight. Pycat hit on that a little bit on the panel. Just being like, oh, well, you know, you have 15k net worth, that's great, and then you're doomed. And then it doesn't matter how much net worth you have because you just can't do anything. So Empire still feeling, I would say, okay about how the laning phase is going so far.
I kind of feel that it's certainly feeling like a slower paced game to what we used to Empire playing, because we've got Miposhka on his Enchantress, He's normally the one making the plays, and we're coming up to 6 minutes in, and he's struggled to find that much. He's going to find Go Black here, but Go Black holds by the edge himself. He's still got the creeps for the initial stun, and there's your skewer onto 2, getting the slow out the shockwave as well, bringing Go Black low. Go Black's going to head himself off to the right, being bottled up as well. He's going to be fine, and it looks like they won't catch the Kunkka either. Always when the fights actually come in, they're looking to turn it around here with the nukes on the Miposhka, but now with the Nature's Attendants, he's going to have enough heals to survive. Is the torrent going to be enough damage? I don't think it is. They're trying to nuke him down here, always want to fly, but he can't quite do it. Now Miposhka is just going to heal back up, and now Empire, they'll just turn, they'll take the kill onto the Oracle, and just an incredibly messy engagement there from Team Spirit, where we saw the Oracles were just throwing down all the spells on Miposhka, but he had the Nature's Attendants out, and at the end of the day, the Purifying Flames was just helping him even more.
Yeah, they didn't really have enough heroes there, and the other problem with their lineup, the Team Spirit, is they kind of need the Kunkka to hit 6.
Yeah.
Like, Iceberg having Ghost Ship is going to be huge in terms of how much damage they can actually deal. And that's when the Shadow Demon is really going to come into his own, because he's maxing the Disruption and he's maxing out Soul Catcher, so he's not getting any points into Poison, which obviously is very uncommon. But when you're with a Kunkka, in a lot of cases it can help a lot to go for the max Soul Catcher, just because your combo deals that much more damage.
It's in mid lane again. Team Spirit, they're putting a lot of attention on. They've got 3 heroes moving in, looking to catch out Scandal. The Disruption.
That was not...
Actually kind of doesn't really work out. Scandal's just going to walk his way out of that one. We've seen a few kind of fluff-ups there from Spirit around this area in terms of communication, it seems. But they're kind of panicking.
Well, I mean, truthfully, I don't know if they would have killed him either way, because the Fortune's End, if it hits him, he skewers, right? Because he's obviously rooted otherwise. And then if he's skewering, even if you disrupt him, I'm pretty sure he still comes out after where the skewer would have normally ended. I think. I'm actually not 100% sure on that, but either way, I don't think they would have killed him. It was just a waste of a disruption, I suppose. A little bit of mana that he didn't need to use. But I still think that Team Spirit are fine because their mid game is really strong, because Funnick is having such a good off lane. Like, he's only died once, sure, but he's still level 7 at 8 minutes, and he's 900 gold with Tranquils, which is more than you could ask, honestly, I think, in this position. Like, if Goblak had been stacking for him, I think he would be able to get Blink, like, in another 60 seconds or maybe even 2 minutes, and then they would just go fight. But he's been playing it very greedy. Kind of just sitting around mid, delaying the Kunkka's level 6.
And I mean, look at it. What is the build, then, on the core mid Kunkka? What would you imagine? Are we going to see Blink early on, or
you see a lot of drums? Sometimes you see Urn.
I mean, do we still see drums after the nerf? Is it
that? Yeah, that's kind of the question. But he has a gauntlet.
Oh, bottom lane. Funnick again being gotten by these two. Is going to be put incredibly low here. The snake isn't going to be enough. No, not quite. Funnick only just surviving. TP rotations coming through, but Ramses, he should be fine. It's just Oracle. I think he's got a Kunkka as well coming through. If they can get a hold onto him, maybe they've got a chance. But Ramses is turning around, popping back out the snake.
Okay, there is so much miscommunication on Team Spirit right now.
Come on, Spirit.
That Goblak was running down the river, and there were no other heroes in the area on the side of Empire, so it was a 2v3, and Iceberg was still just running away instead of just turning around and Xing, because Ramses stopped to hit a creep. And they could have just got a free X right there, and that should have been a kill.
Oh, he's got eyes here on Miposhka. He's going to get the attendance out. Do they have the damage to deal with the heal? Oh, the RP! Oh my goodness, one more touch. And Illidan would have got the kill. Now he's been doomed up, RP'd up. They will get the dunk onto the end, so they do end up getting themselves the kill. Illidan trying to work this one off. He has got the armlet bringing him down as well as the Doom. Does he survive through this?
No, he doesn't live.
Nah. Rest in peace, my friend.
That's one downside of Armlet.
Team Spirit, they might be able to find one in return. They've lost their carry. Can they find Ramses? With the Winter Wyvern here to hold him, I think they're going to be the ones that need to turn and run. Ramsey just moving in and takes the kill on Groblack with the help of King Arn. Now eyes onto Iceberg, and just in time, the Cold Embrace coming out where Ramsey's got fighting, smashing through the ice with an insane icebreaker. I think, oh my goodness,
that is so huge for them.
That man has just become a very rich man, Andy.
He walked mid, got a dunk, walked bottom, got 2 dunks, all of a sudden Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
They needed that so badly because everyone else in Spirit is not having a great time. Like, the communication between the Shadow Demon and the 2 heroes bottom, that wasn't there. Goblak kind of just sitting around mid, not really doing a whole lot except for trying to zone the mag, which didn't really work. And Illidan, like, he was free farming, and then he walked mid and got doomed and died. So thank God Funnick is having a pretty good game, because otherwise I think Spirit would be in not a great position, considering their lineup is not as strong as Empire's the later the game goes. So it's only 10 minutes in, still much Dota to be played. Really happy to see that Funnick now has some potential to actually start fights.
Yeah, this is going to be... I mean, where does he look to go next? Where are you looking
he's
to
top
jump
already.
Top. That's the end.
I mean, Doom is pretty tough to kill. Afterlife's got 1,300 health.
Yeah,
and
pure damage or not, it's going to... Yeah, you're going to need a fair few spins.
Yeah, this is...
and he's gone drums.
Yeah.
All right. Rest in peace, 6.86. We'll see. I mean, it's still good.
Yeah, it is still absolutely good.
Yeah. It's just
So,
not
like,
what it was.
I think it's debatable, like how much worse it is per se. Like in terms of overall stats, obviously it's worse, but the movement speed is nice.
Oh, this is lovely as well. Funny can go that smoked up, looking to make a move on the mid. There is backup here. There's both King Art and Miposhka, so they've got to be careful on who they jump on. Let's see what they do. See what the plan is now. They're going to head top. They've seen that Afterlife's come pretty deep out. In fact, there's going to be TP coming in as well from Kunkka. They know they need a lot to bring down Afterlife, and here we go. Looking up the heel, now setting it up. Oh,
what is
Team
happening?
Spirit! Are these guys on the same team speak?
I mean, yeah, he's going to die probably.
I mean, is he?
Yeah, he's going to die.
There we go.
It's just so sloppy.
Wow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, let's see if Empire can find him in return. Oh, that was a very clutch false promise. I don't know if he lives through it, but it literally came in at the last second.
He would have had better luck TPing the base, I think. I mean, maybe he still dies, but would have been the lesser of two.
All right, so what's going on there? So they kill the Doom.
Like, why is Illidan not with the axe? That's the other question you kind of have to ask yourself. Because Lifestealer against Doom is amazing because Doom is a hero who doesn't have much armor and just a ton of health. So Lifestealer typically shreds him. So why would Illidan not be with the axe if you're going to go try to kill him, of all people? Like, that's what I mean by no communication. It's like they're not even trying to work together. Like, Illidan's just off doing his own thing.
Let's see if they do something. No, they're coming in top again.
Okay, Illidan's actually here this time.
Round 2. Let's see if this one goes a bit cleaner for Team Spirit. Funny, he's going to look for a jump in. He catch out Miposhka, but Miposhka again can't brace out. The bow onto Miposhka, landing down. Can they finish off this battle? The Winter's Curse on the Funny. It's not going to do that much, of course. He's a fairly tanky man. So they get the kill. Now with the Doom on Lifestealer, Illidan's got to be a little bit careful. He's got the backup of the Oracle, so he should be fine this time. Funny. He's being chased down. Afterlife looking to block him up in the trees, but Funny blinks out to the north and he'll TP away. So this time Spirit, they engage and disengage cleanly, get themselves a kill, lose nothing in return. And on the plus side though for Empire, this is giving space for Scandal down bottom, and he has managed to farm up his Blink Dagger now on the Magnus.
Well, this is really big for them. And Medusa's a hero that normally you look at Mag and you say, yeah, you want to be melee, but at the same time, Medusa is notorious for building a lot of stat-heavy items. So your Manta, your Lincolns, your Scotty, your Butterfly, things like that. So the Empower base damage increase benefits her quite a bit, even as a ranged hero, which I think the combination of that in of itself is great. And not to mention, the cores of Team Spirit are all melee against the Magnus, which is another reason why I was kind of thinking, you know, Spirit don't necessarily want to take it late, because the longer the game goes, the better opportunities you have for a Magnus to hit a good RP, and with a farmed Dusa and an Enchantress as well, your team can kind of get shredded. So they need to do a lot.
Yeah, late game's going to be great. Also, considering the fact that, I mean, in power, obviously, even though you don't get the cleave, it's still nice for them.
Yeah,
it's giving her that damage boost. And of course, if we get to the late, Magnus Eyes Up and Aghanims, you know, you're going to have that splash damage on that right click.
Yeah, it's always something to keep in mind. I don't know if it's going to go that long, and I think that he probably prioritizes like Force Staff.
Oh yeah, you get your advantage.
Shadow Blade, and that's like a 5th item on that.
I even maybe even 6th or 7th. You know, you get it at the very end. Just lots of mana.
Hope that an Alchemist is on your team. Be like, bro, hook me up. But Goblik is 6th, so he's now got Demonic Purge, which is solid. Very good item, or excuse me, very good ability. Yeah, Demonic Purge, good item. Yeah, definitely. I mean, technically you can.
Upgrade Diffusal Blade, and then you get
a range.
Oh, this RP from Scandal's absolutely beautiful. On to do with the Shockwave to follow through as well. Funny, and they're trying to live through it. And in fact, they might just kill Scandal. Scandal, because he's going to live. No, gets dunked. Now the impetus though, Illidan can he arm it, top his way out. This one, he's going to head north. He's got the backup of Always Want to Fly. This man should be able to survive the heal. It's going to be enough. They do lose Funnick though on the axe, and Illidan only just surviving through that one. They pay with the life of Always Want to Fly as well. So it does end up being a trade that even though Scandal dies off the initial jump in, ends up working out. They get a 2-for-1 trade, and Empire that look to take an objective off the back of it as well.
Yeah, and this should be pretty free. Not going to have the axe in time.
I mean, the people on the side, do they want to try and go in Spirit?
This is really a tough fight.
Yeah, Iceberg.
He's going to go for a yellow torrent. He's going to miss that. He's got a regen, so it's whatever. Like, he takes a bit of damage, he delays the push, gives time for the Oracle and the axe to revive. I think that's a nice move there from Iceberg. I mean, obviously there's no way he's getting a kill, but it's good enough. And
just backing up. I mean, looking at the Ramses Medusa, I mean, this is going to be very interesting to see how he does decide to build. He's got the Yasha. I mean, do you need to finish off the Manta first, or is this kind of a casual farming Yasha, and then we'll see it? Is it kind of a bigger item going for? Straight into Skadi or anything, or Maelstrom?
I think Manta is actually pretty good this game.
Yeah.
Because when you're up against melee heroes, you can Manta off open wounds, for example, and you can pop Manta style and get rid of the, I can never remember Oracle's spell's name. Fortune's End. Why are his spell names like so ridiculous?
They're nice. Fortune's End, Purifying Flames, Fate's Edict, False Promise.
He's like the only hero in the game I have a hard time remembering what his
There's
abilities
some, I mean, there's
called.
some naff spell names in the game, aren't there?
It's probably because I just never play that thing.
Like Untouchable. I mean, that's not even a
Untouchable
spell.
is
That's
easy
just
for
what
me
it
to
does.
remember,
I mean, yeah. It's,
Okay, King Arthur might be dead here, but
he's fine.
yeah, he's been walking off.
Yeah, look. He's fine. No,
Top tower is
but he's
under
not fun.
attack.
I mean, Team Spirit, they're starting to pull it together a bit now. We're seeing, obviously, the action. You know, Funnick's done a lot. The fact that he was able to get all those early kills. He's 5 for 2 for 2. 900 gold. I mean, he's working towards that blade mill. He's going to have that in a pretty reasonable time on top of the blade dagger as well. And then it's going to be quite chaotic for the side of Empire to deal with that axe jumping into them.
I just thought they would play it a lot more aggressive, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just surprised by Team Spirit not really feeling like they want to fight and they're just okay with like making these tower trades. At some point, you're gonna have to fight it out.
What is this man building? Illidan, 3.7 gig gold. Does he still go Radiance on this board?
That can't be the
Top
build.
lane, RP onto Iceberg, screwing him back into the team. Follow up with the Centaur's done. He's fairly tanky, not tanky enough. Iceberg's down. And off the back of that, they'll take themselves a tier 2. So, I mean, Iceberg there on his own. A little bit out in the middle of nowhere with no kind of backup.
His heart was in the right place. He wanted to defend a tower, you know? Makes sense. But this
Yeah,
is kind of getting to a scary point now for Spirit.
It is for Spirit. They need something big to hold this, and they're without Kunko. He's pretty heavy D push for 20 seconds. So Empire, yeah, he's just going to frontline it, start to take down this tier 3. We'll see what kind of a whole Team Spirit are able to offer. Maybe Funny can get a big jump in.
They can just be happy with the damage.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to risk because again, Empire can take it late. They don't care. They don't need to win the game in the next even 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you want to. Whatever end game you want to go for, Empire are always going to feel happy to delay a little bit. Because Afterlife has a really good amount of farm. We were talking about how Funnick on the side of Spirit was having a good game, but a Doom's always going to outfarm an offlaner like Axe just because he has Devour.
Yeah. And he's 3-1 too as well at the moment. He's been playing it very well.
It's getting really scary. I think Team Spirit's lineup needs to play hyper-aggression, like all the time. Just need to be looking for fights, And they're just not able to really do that. And the other problem with their team, too, is it's absolutely terrible at killing Roshan. So you have these heroes who want to, be bullies. Axe and Lifestealer and Kunkka, they want to run at you and they want to fight. But
I mean, so talking about the Lifestealer, he has just picked up the recipe for the raid. So he is still going Armlet into Radiance. Is it? You're not a fan?
I am not a fan.
Armlet Radiance, boys?
I mean, maybe he feels like there's no other item that's going to give him the teamfight impact that he needs right now.
Yeah.
But how does Radiance help you in this game?
I mean, I guess he's eventually going to hope to still sit in a creep.
Yeah, sure, but I'm pretty sure the Empire aren't going to care about that creep. They're just going to kill it. I suppose it's still fairly early, and maybe Team Spirit can defend high ground for a decent amount of time, but to be honest, their D-push isn't even that good. Godblack doesn't even have Shadow Poison skill. At least 1 point. I don't know what's going on, dude. I honestly don't know what's going on.
This is 6.8, so we don't know what to expect.
I think Godblack is just experimenting with some crazy stuff, just seeing, what's what.
Yeah, I think he's also trying something funny in the game as well.
Well done, Owen. Well memed.
Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome.
There we go. Radiance now done. 19 minutes in. I mean, it's not bad timing still.
No. It's not
still, it's impactful timing. That's for sure.
He's farming very fast.
Yeah.
But I probably would have liked to have seen SNY, Deso, or any. I think SNY on Lifestealer is better now than it pretty much ever has been, because of the fact that they changed the proc rate to be 30%.
They doubled the proc rate pretty much.
Yeah, and it's only 4 movement speed difference for melee heroes. For the ranged heroes, it's significantly worse. It's only 13%.
Yeah,
but for melee, it's you're almost guaranteed to get it within a rage, which means that you can chase people down. You can run at them, which is what Lifestealer wants to do.
And I do like this as well. He doesn't go for the Manta at the end of the midges. He does just.
Yeah, hey, I was going to mention that.
And that's good. I mean, that's fantastic. 20 minutes in.
Against
Yasha,
melee
Skadi.
heroes, Skadi is incredible, no doubt.
Absolutely.
I just thought he might go Manta because it obviously has a lot of utility in this type of game, but he'll go back for it now. I think that the Skadi's done. Or he could keep it casual, actually. He could keep it a casual Yasha and go for another butterfly.
I mean, it's just such a good efficient in terms of farming, isn't it? Getting around camp to camp, and also just for fighting. They'll actually do a check here.
Double scan.
Double scan. Look at this.
Yes.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
New treasures.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We can be on old time
they've not put us on
radio.
yet.
It's okay.
Hello.
We can
hello,
pretend that
hello,
we're on.
hello,
No, I'm pretty
hello.
sure if we can hear each other, that means we're on.
Oh yes, they can hear us. They can hear us. Hello, we're back. We're back. Oh my goodness, you didn't miss anything. You just missed.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Yeah, you missed nothing. Don't worry, nothing happened there.
Team Spirit are still dying.
I mean,
That's
look at
you
all
need to
these
know.
ults that we're dropping onto Illidan here. He's in every single kind of ball at the moment, but now he's still going to go down. Illidan's dropped, and Miposhko on a mega kill streak. And from Breton's camera, he's keeping himself alive. Ramses will get stunned up here, and Funnick's trying to fight back. Look at the oh, he manages to finally get one, but Ramses, look how much damage this Medusa's doing at this point. I have a feeling the Ramses is just far too fat, and well, we'll be right back after the break. Well, no, we're still here, guys. Don't worry.
No, they can see the game.
They can't. No.
No, they can.
No, they can't.
They can.
Well, they could. They can't now, Andy.
They absolutely can.
They definitely cannot see the game right now. That's what they can see. They could see the game, but now when we're talking, they can't see the game. Oh, you mean?
Now, okay,
yeah.
well,
there we go. Well, Ramses has got. There's 4 dead at the moment on Team Spirit. There's going to be a 5th one. And oh, look at this in the base. Oh, is this a new hero, Andy? Look. It's Pit Lord appearing on the field. I can't believe you. Oh, you can see what I'm saying. They know I'm lying. I was trying to have a joke. They can actually see us there now.
All right, so Team Spirit obviously maybe going a little ham.
A little ham
into the well and whatnot. I don't know if they actually caught the tail end of that, but they were pretty much well diving.
Yes.
And with the Aegis still on Ramses, I'm fairly certain that they're feeling confident in their ability to like, win the game. But.
Well, I think Team Spirit might have a chance of hitting back with a comeback here.
Oh, really?
Like that.
With their Radiance Armlet Lifestealer?
Well, what's he got on top of it?
Don't tell me Illidan's going back to like his old days of like not leveling Breathe Fire and Dragon Knight and just maxing stun and buying.
Oh, I don't think he's going to level Breathe Fire this time.
Well, I mean, obviously not. You know what I mean. Actually, you didn't even like cast Dota back then, did you?
I didn't even live.
Yeah, you're actually like 5 years old, so you just weren't. You were dead.
I was
Rip.
5 years before I was alive.
Yeah.
When Dota came out. Back in the day.
Back in the day. But no, I really liked Empire's draft this game. I think they had just a ton of answers for everything that Spirit had, and I really feel like Spirit had to play hyper-aggressive and just outplay the whole time in order to even have a chance. And I feel like the Axe's blink timing didn't really accomplish anything, because the Lifestealer was just on the opposite side of the map from the Axe. They did that one really awkward engagement top. The synergy between Goblak and the rest of his team just doesn't seem to be there. Afterlife. He's going to get X. He might be dead.
They're going for this man.
He's dead.
And in comes the boat. Call from Funnick to control him. And I mean, that's the kind of coordination that Team Spirit need.
Well, yeah, but that was pretty much just all Iceberg. Like
yeah, he set it up. Yeah.
that was all his initiation.
I like that he's gone blink now as well. That's going to be really nice. Some good stuff indeed. Elsewhere, anything big coming out? Well, pings onto the mid lane. Look, you've got King out position behind, and they're going straight. Oh, Hayden! Scandal getting the RP onto Illidan, bringing him onto the tower. Can they bring this man down? No. Into the creep he goes. He'll get denied. He's trying to get himself out of this one, but 4 heroes closing in. Not a chance for the Lifestealer. And that is Illidan down. And of course, he did use the buyback there on the last defense. I don't know if you guys saw it or not at home. Probably not. But I'm telling you, he used the buyback, so he's not going to have it for this if Empire want to continue to push it up to the high ground. We'll see how heavy they want to go in. I'd imagine they'll probably want to go in for this one. They could have a chance of taking racks, or is it just they don't want to try and fight in this 50 seconds?
I think they learned their lesson from the last time. They were kind of just like diving to base. But with Aegis expired, I guess we're going to see Butterfly now on Ramses. And after he gets that, I just don't see how they're ever going to kill the Medusa. I don't know.
Oh, they could try and get the Bloodborne on Oracle.
Yeah,
I mean, I hear it's kind of expensive.
It's a little far away. Only like 6,200 gold off, no big deal. Can farm that in like another hour-long game as a support. But I don't know, I feel like Team Spirit were just not quite syncing up this game. You know, every once in a while you just have an off game. I'm not sure how experienced Goblik is playing Shadow Demon. I think the pick was great against the heroes that Empire had. And I also think that Oracle is really good against Doom, because you can always just throw out the Fate's Edict and just stop a lot of the Doom damage. You can heal up with Purifying Flames. But, yeah, what else can you say? Just Team Spirit have not played a very solid Dota 2 game.
So, it might be kind of, just early days at LAN for them.
Yeah, but they've been here for a while, right? And the other thing, too, is they were all playing pubs before, because we had that break or whatever.
That's true, they should.
They were playing. I really... Like, they were playing much better, like, last week even, because they were playing in Dream League, you know? Or was it 2 weeks ago? Maybe it was, like, closer to 2 now, but... Hopefully they can kind of get it together here. We are going to see the Ancient Thunderhide.
Oh, there we go.
This is what you want right
this
here.
This is when the game comes online, really.
Yeah, the Frenzy dude, 75 attack speed. The hero, the only hero that would want it is actually inside of the creep itself.
You can see there as well, Empire did a little bit of a check further up the lane behind Lifestealer. It's not actually going to catch anyone out there with the scan, but Team Spirit already on the move here with this smoke. So we'll see if they can indeed catch Empire out. Empire huddling around the tower. Let's see who's going to make the jump at the moment.
They broke the smoke.
Let's see who's going to be the one to launch in Iceberg. He does have that blink if he wants to try and initiate. They get the poison now, gets the vision onto King Eye. He's going to be called straight away. And the fortune down the hill is gone. Yeah, he's dead. The nuke's more than enough. There's your RP coming out onto Illidan, but now Ramses, he's just going to work as well. Chomping into the Lifestealer. There'll be a false promise to buy him sometime. He's got Doomed up as well. He's getting skewered on the tower. A lot of hate onto Illidan. He's not going to be able to heal his way for this one. He is going to pop. So it's a 2-for-1 at the moment. Now Go Black being forced back. Ramses getting shoved in, chasing it down now on an unstoppable kill streak. And it's only going to be Iceberg and Always Want to Fly left alive. Always Want to Fly has to get himself back to base. Iceberg, I just unable to do much more than just throwing the initial spells there. It just feels like this Kunker at this point, he's not really going to put a dent in the Medusa.
No, definitely not. And I love Goblak's drafts. I think he's a great player, but I don't think you can play Shadow Demon in this game. Like, all of his disruptions have just they've been brutal, man. That poor Lifestealer just got griefed by his own teammate. Like, we're going to see a combo here,
they should get Afterlife with this one, and they do. So that's going to be the Doom shutdown, but at the same time, Aposhka killing Always Want to Fly with the good old Hurricane Spike and killing the Rats here as well. So Empire will take that. Iceberg, oh, hello. He's shoving Ramses off to the side there. The thing, and got the X indeed. But at the same time, Ramses is going to start to heal. So Ramses is kind of ready for round 2. He's been topped up there by the Fountain regen, and, well, Demonic Purge not really going to phase Maposhka at all, as he just walks it off and TP's back out of the fight. But yeah, 24-17, it's certainly looking to be Empire's game.
I mean, the score doesn't really reflect how lopsided the state of the game actually is.
I think you just have to look at the Ramses Medusa. 8-1-14, nearly double the net worth of.
Well, you just put the Kunkka and the Lifestealer together, and then you have Medusa's net worth, more or less.
And then you realize you've got a Kunkka and a Lifestealer compared to a Medusa.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God.
Even if the game wasn't this lopsided in her favor net worth-wise, it would still be tough, because her ultimate is just too good against melee heroes. Like, Stone Gaze is so hard to deal with. It's 7 seconds where you just can't hit the hero.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do as, like, 2 melee heroes walking around inside of a team fight? You know, this Axe and Lifestealer, they're like, well, we're doing our best, but there's not really much we can do outside of that. And unfortunately, it's not like delaying the game is really going to help them. I mean, sure, your Lifestealer might finish up AC because he's got the Hyperstone now. I'm guessing that's going to be his next item progression, but like having the AC doesn't really help you when you're sitting inside of a creep all the time. You get the aura, I suppose, but
Hey, the aura's still good.
we'll have to see.
I mean, it's something.
Maybe if they can get like some really nice combo off on the Medusa with Soul Catcher, they
go
can kill
black. Invis Rune doing the job there, dispelling the smoke from Empire. They are going to find the... Yeah, this man's way too fast. No control on that.
Yeah, it was fortunate that the smoke was not successful for Spirit, but still a long road if they want to try to recover. They're basically relying on Empire to make mistakes at this point. I don't think they are in direct control of if they win the game. It's pretty much just if Empire decide to dive the well again, maybe they can win.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's going to be unlikely as well, just considering Empire's recent performances. I mean, just going back to the previous LAN here, Salmonella, Empire showing us that they really are stepping it up as a team.
I really like the Dusa pick too. I know the panel was talking about it and how good it can be against this kind of meta. We were talking about a lot of strength heroes potentially being played. And this hero has the answer for sure. She is susceptible to early game aggression though, which is what I thought Team Spirit wanted to do. But we just haven't seen it. And anytime we've seen any sort of real engagement, there have just been many mechanical mistakes. Like way more than I would expect to see.
Maybe if Iceberg gets a Rapier? I mean, that would be the dream.
Yeah, I mean, a Rapier is obviously, it's very good. But
because you're not done it, because if you X-Spice, you should be able to play it pretty fail-safe.
Yeah, you can just go back. But the thing is, if you get Blink doomed, then you still go back to the X, but the problem is it takes too long. Because an allied X lasts for 8 seconds, so if you get caught right away, you just don't go back.
Well, then I usually just got to X yourself and wait until the last minute's blinking.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Don't blink in during the earlier bit, so it just automatically saves you. Oh, they'll get themselves... Oh, Scandal actually are paying the Ancient here. They want to have a go at killing this one, and that might just be enough to set it up there. It's going to start to back up, and then as we can see, the Ancient falling with Go Black going to go down. Ramses just ripping through the side. Iceberg's just going to stray a TP, but there's the skewer from Scandal there to cancel the TP. Illidan's been doomed up. Afterlife should be able to finish off Iceberg. There's going to be the save from Always Want to Fly, and Afterlife is going to turn his attention to now. I mean, Illidan,
0 damage to that Medusa.
Is he even touching it?
No, he literally did like 100 damage, maybe.
This man, Afterlife, just cleaning up on the back lines. Jumps in onto Always Want to Fly. Funnick's got to run back to base. Iceberg still did survive, but again, another fight where Empire are just ripping Team Spirit to pieces, and this Medusa's just getting more and more and more. 10-1-15. I mean, this is a Medusa that, I mean, you look at the CS, has this guy been farming? Yes, he has. He's got 259 CS, more than a Lifestealer. Has he been fighting? Yes. He's been in 25 of the 27 kills that his team's got. I mean, that's just insane.
Can't kill him.
That's... Ramses' play is recently shown us that he is arguably the most promising young talent at the moment on the scene. This is 17 years old, and this man, well, he's going to feed. No, he's got ages,
he's not feeding.
He's not feeding yet. He's still got Stone Gaze. This is a man who knows what he's doing, and out he comes. Stone Gaze is popped, and well, Funnick's already gone down. Illidan's going to get connected on, and they'll rip through him as well. Double kill's going to go the way of Maposhka, and now Go Black being forced back to base. The false promise is there. But indeed, it's not going to be able to promise his life, as I don't know if the Phantom Regen is going to be quite enough. Ramsey's just diving the fountain at this point. Looks for Always Want to Fly. It's going to be a godlike streak for the man. Iceberg, he's toggling that armlet, but Ramsey's just sitting there. He's going
to mess up his armlet toggle eventually.
Ramses, he's just...
Good game.
12-1-18 on the Medusa. I mean... Ramses, this kid's good, and I mean the rest of the team's there to back him up.
The way that they drafted this game, I think it was very hard for Empire to lose. I feel like it was a fairly significant outdraft, as in if the game goes past 25 minutes, Team Spirit have a hell of a time winning. And if they win all their lanes, and Funnick for a while we talked about his blink timing and how important I thought it was that he got like those 3 kills